when I think about these songs, when I listen to them, like Johanna, it's a big song for you, right?
Yeah, I wrote that.
And then Poor Pearl, Poor Girl. It feels, I'm like, is this fiction or is this nonfiction? What's Bobby telling me here? What's he telling me? Is he telling me a story or?
Well, when the book came along, Hell's Gate,
Yeah.
Douglas Hensley wrote the book, and when that came along and the book came out and the story was getting out there, and we were on some shows like Sally Jesse Raphael and Geraldo, and
You were big time, Bobby.
Hard Copy and Current Affair and all those.
All of them.
We were on all those, and it was going everywhere. There was the book, and so I wrote the song like a synopsis for the book about Johanna. There's a story about Johanna being here and her spirit being here, and there was another story about Pearl Bryan. But I wrote the Pearl Bryan song. Ghost Adventures did a story here. Zach Bagan and Nick and Aaron, they've been here 3 or 4 times. Zach was doing some kind of video thing, and he asked me to write a song about Pearl Bryan. And I did. I wrote the song, and it turned out good for what he wanted. I don't sing the song much. It doesn't. I don't feel nothing when I sing it. It's just a song about a story that took place here years ago.
So supposedly there's something about some ghosts around here. We're not going to talk about it too much because we don't want to come out. But some people come for the ghosts, but they stay for the music.
Yeah, and I don't mind talking about it.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily believe in it. Never have. But I've softened through the years because so many people do believe in it, and they come here from everywhere to spend the night, to investigate. I found there are more people who do believe in it than don't. That's for sure. But I didn't want it to get out. I started hearing rumors of it from a boy that went to work for us here when it first opened up. He lived right up the street from here, Carl Lawson. We put him to work helping us, doing some painting, cleaning up, and getting ready, because this place had been closed for a long time when I got it. Carl kept, I had so much on my mind, I barely paid attention. He'd kind of mumble. And all of a sudden I understood what he was trying to say. I said, wait a minute, Carl, what are you trying to tell me? Oh, he said, you wouldn't believe some of the things that go on around here. I said, if you're trying to tell me that this is some kind of paranormal stuff going on here, I want you to keep it quiet and don't tell nobody. Because I don't want nobody to know. I don't want to run everybody off before I get open. So that's the way that started, and he didn't say nothing about it. It didn't really get out until 10 years in. I'd been here 10 years when that got out.
1990, right? Or was it in the 80s?
88.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not all your thing, but a lot of people believe it.
Yeah, and I didn't start it and can't stop it.
Supposedly, there's a hole somewhere here that if you open it up, it might go straight to places we don't want to talk about.
Well, there's a well down there.
Well, there you
They
go.
call it a well. It's not a hole, it's a well. Some people have called it Hell's Gate.
I don't know if that's a place I need to be going.
Well, back in the late 1800s, the site right here was a slaughterhouse. And that well drained the blood from the slaughterhouse. The tunnel went under the railroad track and into the Licking River.
Is it a true story that you were sued over negligence that you let these ghosts operate in here?
Yeah, that kind of popped out on me.
That really happened?
Yeah. There was a guy that he come in here every weekend, and he always danced by himself, but he always had a cowboy shirt on and cowboy hat and boots, and man, he was ready to go. Well, he come in here one night, and he never did drink. He didn't even drink nothing. He drank water, Cokes, but he liked to dance, and once in a while he'd dance with somebody, but most time just by himself, He went in the men's room, and he was standing at the sink washing his hands, and he saw in a mirror an image behind him, and it took his breath away, and he blacked out right there on the floor. It took his breath. He saw it behind him in the smoky. He described it as a smoky substance, with the face in it, and it was a face that he picked out that's in that book, Hell's Gate. That was the figure that he saw.
What happened to that lawsuit?
He come to me and said I was going to have to do something about this. This place is evil, and I laughed at him, and it made him mad. So he filed a lawsuit. But he said it when he fell on the floor and said it messed up his Western shirt and his cowboy hat. So he had to sue for a monetary value. So he did, but The judge dismissed it, said, son, you'll have to take it up with a higher power. Bam.
Were you in the courtroom that day?
Yeah. I just couldn't believe that all was happening.